Middle East Technical University campus can be seen as a pioneering design in Turkish architecture. Since the 1950s, universities have been seen not only as a source of education, but also as a source of economic and social growth in their environment. Middle East Technical University may not be the oldest university in Turkey, but it has a leading role in modern Turkish society and architecture. The establishment of the campus as a built environment made it important for newly created Turkish institutions. Positioning the school outside the city center, the Middle East Technical University project integrates American campus design with hygienic, logical and modern European modernist ideals. As a result, Middle East Technical University has attained a unique form of value. Thus, it exhibited a local interpretation of the distinctive political, cultural, economic and social conditions of the modern movement. The Metu project was part of Turkey's second modernization efforts in the mid-1980s and gained a special impetus from the burgeoning image of American university campuses in the late 18th. Attitudes towards nature have long been an important component of institutionalized politics in Turkey. Ankara was certainly a representation of modernism in its early years, and its urban qualities will be built and implemented accordingly. Founders of Middle East Technical University set out to establish a community. Founded in 1956, Middle East Technical University has become an important resource in Turkey. It serves as the intellectual, ideological, and architectural capital of the region. It was built as a contemporary three-dimensional grid scattered across the barren Anatolian countryside and was able to transform its immediate surroundings in less than half a century, making it a perfect landscape. The selected construction site was near Amur Lake. The proximity of the lake provided a healthy environment, recreation and sport fields, and a social environment for modern common life. For this reason, a competition for campus design was held in 1961. Before the competition was announced for a campus project, Dean Holmes Perkins and his assistant Thomas Guthrie from Pennsylvania prepared a report for the competition as principles of new campus design. The report said the key architectural element should be the central core marks. For building to transform the wasteland into a community, the removal of cars from the central green space, landscape design must be a priority, and the design of these spaces between buildings must be seen as important as a design decision. The campus was designed as if it were a city. The project of 28-year-olds Altuğ Çinici and Behruz Çinici, graduates of Istanbul Technical University, was awarded the first prize among 21 competitors. The design of the campus was conceived as social complexes connected to the road. In terms of settlement, the focus is on the idea of an alley that surrounds the campus from one end to the other of the Metu campus. Also known as Divan Yolu, this road connected all the buildings and faculties of the campus. The academic area is in the west, the main area is in the east of the pedestrian circulation axis. We evaluated the relationships between buildings and used exterior spaces to create volumes between these buildings. Landscape details and open space were designed together. Landscape elements combined architecture with nature. Middle East Technical University campus, the center consists of different building types such as library, lecture halls, administrative buildings, dormitories, accommodation areas, market area, museum, sports facilities and academic buildings. Planning of building heights, central public spaces and landscaping provides a very strong sense of visual integrity. The complex grid system infrastructure, courtyard and portico layout, use of flat roofs, strip windows, cast concrete, brick surfaces, large glass surfaces that allow flow between open and closed areas are the characteristic of Middle East Technical University. Metu has highlighted the vitality, prestige and power of its building with its campus design, which embraces the relationship between modern architectural principles and architectural trends.
It is built on a total area of 4,050 hectares, including Amir Lake, with a construction area of 500,000 meters squares, and the Metu Faculty of Architecture building with a capacity of 15,000 students, which is one of the buildings of the campus in Ankara. It is one of the important architectural works of the period. At the same time, it is the first building of the university in Turkey that was built with reinforced concrete and brutalist aesthetics. It is also a critique of modernist architectural practices in 1950s Turkey. Metu Faculty of Architecture is the first institution in Turkey to provide architectural education outside the borders of Istanbul. The establishment of the faculty played a very important role in the development of Turkish architecture. The building bears the traces of the Brutalism movement that was popular in the 1950s and the international style that spread in Turkey in the 1950s. The form of this building resembles a smaller version of a giant manure. The megastructure form of the building is huge and heavy. The exposed concrete used in the construction of the building is exposed in its entirety without using any covering material. With the brutalist approach, the construction of the building comes to the fore, not the decorations. Gross concrete and anchor stone were used on the facades of the building. Travertine is used in window panes. The carrier system and the openings can be easily read on plans and facades. Unlike many architects, Çinici did not use console. It is the feature that makes the building quiet, static, and calm. But its courtyards were used as a typical brutalist element. The building was created by the combination of intertwined courtyards and units at different levels, thus trying to break the perception of large volume. Courtyards placed inside the masses, while breaking the sense of large volume in the building, both strengthened the relationship with nature and ensure that the interior receives sufficient light. Uniform spaces in the building are not observed at different points of the building. Uniform spaces come together in the same space and form different spaces. For example, the classrooms around the inner courtyard, formed by the studios of the architecture department, lead to the common studio space formed by the industrial design studios inside. There are areas of the faculty that are always in contact with each other. It also provides ample light inside, while the facades of the building look out over the lush green landscape of Metu. Thanks to the entrances and courtyards placed in different nodes in a single place of the building entrance, its relationship with the outside has been strengthened. In addition, the grid structure of the two-way rib system of the flooring plays an important spatial and aesthetic role. While determining the size and location of door and window openings, the square pattern of exposed concrete ceiling also gives a strong light and shadow effect. There are many installations around the building. In the brutalist movement, the structural elements of the building are revealed as if they were works of art instead of being hidden. The facades of the building is covered with specially produced reinforced concrete sunshades. These elements, which are used for the controlled reception of the sun, have turned into decorative figures. The architect adopted the brutalist use of raw concrete as a personal style and used it as an indispensable part of the aesthetic language, even though it went beyond the ethical and aesthetic limits of modern architecture. The use of materials, structural systems, and evaluation of materials reveal the rationale behind selecting buildings and associating them with modern architecture. Besides the familiar codes of modernism, some details can be perceived as a reminder of the Bauhaus tradition. These details can be listed as simplicity, functionality, and practicality in the architecture and the curriculum of the Middle East Technical University. In the 20th century, Behruz and Çinici, which the names of the Metu Faculty of Architecture, took part in the competition in which world-class architects such as Le Corbusier were awarded in the project called Keeping Modern. Since 1957, the building has been contributing to its students both as educational area and an important architectural example for 65 years. As a result, the main purpose of the establishment of the Middle East Technical University was the formation of a society. Middle East Technical University is a model for the new modern society established in young republics. The building has a leading role in Turkey. In addition, Behruz Çinici said the following about the Metu campus in 2007. I think about my works after I'm done. I tear them down and build them in my dream. However, there's only one place in my mind that I have not destroyed until now, and that is Metu Faculty of Architecture building. It is still a young construction.